This is good racing, ladies and gentlemen, here. Look at it on the line. The crowd are going bananas again for another Poole 5-1. Good late afternoon, early evening to you, the Pirates TV viewers. I'm Scott Mitchell, your presenter and commentator. And this afternoon, this evening, yes, it's one of those meetings. It's a Sunday here at Wimborne Road. Very unusual, but with the playoffs rapidly approaching, these meetings have got to be fixed in. So here we are riding on a very unusual Sunday afternoon at Wimborne Road. And we bring you a meeting in the Cab Direct Championship between the Poole Pirates and the Edinburgh Monarchs. Now, what's been happening since Wednesday? Well, not a lot's happened in the Pirates since Wednesday, because obviously they haven't ridden. But what they have done is signed Joe Thompson as a permanent at number 7. Joe has come in for the injured Adam Roynan, who has a broken shoulder blade in 3 places and looks to be out for the season. Now, the Edinburgh Monarchs, what have they been doing? Well, Friday night they had a meeting against the now top of the table Oxford Cheetahs at home and were beaten, and beaten fairly convincingly. So Oxford jumped Poole up at the top of the table. So tonight, while Poole ride Edinburgh, there is no bonus point on offer because of the cancellation a few weeks back when Poole went to Edinburgh, and there was that terrible incident involving the cameraman and being hit by some machinery. So tonight Poole can't go top, but they need to win to stay in touch. So Oxford lead the championship, Poole are right behind them, and they're looking to get even closer. Let's head over to the pits and get some reaction to tonight's meeting. So we're here speaking with Joe Thompson of the Poole Pirates. Wow, that was sudden. How does it feel to be a fully fledged pirate?
Yeah, it feels great. I'm really excited to get going. Been without a team for a while now, obviously due to injury, and I'm excited to be coming back.
Is there a thing about, you know, being outside of the Pirates looking in? Is it a place that riders want to be?
Yeah, definitely. It's a bit of a fortress to away teams looking in. I've been here before, especially last year, and it is a hard place to come to. So it's nice to be this side of the pits for a change and see what I can learn that helps them win pretty much every meeting here. Absolutely. So with Adam Roynan's injury, it's unfortunate for him, but it's one of those chances that you've just got to grab with both hands, isn't it? Yeah, it's a big opportunity for me. Obviously, I've spent quite a while sat out now through injury, but I'm excited to be back, and I think there's a lot to learn here for myself, and hopefully I can just keep improving. Lots of British guys in the team. You know, Steve Worrall is the captain. I'm sure he's going to be giving you guidance and help. Yeah, Steve was already trying to help me a lot last week, and I'm very grateful for anyone that does try to help me, and I just keep listening and learning and see if I can put it into some results. Well, we as Poole fans know you're one of the reserves that's on the up, and we look forward to seeing you tonight, and we hope you have a really good meeting. Yeah, thank you. I'm looking forward to it. So we're here with Josh Pickering. Josh, always a difficult meeting coming away to the Pirates?
For sure, mate. They're a strong outfit. It's a tricky track as well. It's one that's very hard to be fast on around here, especially when the homeboys are dialed in. But we're coming here with every intention to win as many races as possible. Would it be fair to say that Edinburgh haven't quite achieved this year to where you would thought you would be with the team you have? Yeah, nowhere near achieved, to be honest. Quite disappointing. I was a part of that disappointment, I suppose. I was injured for 9 weeks and missed a lot of matches where they had to rely on guests, and even though some of the guests at times they did fulfil the place of a number 1, probably just what I sort of bring to the pits for the whole team in a way that was missing, and I sort of hold myself accountable for that in a way, but also there was a lot of riders that have underachieved what they're more than capable of doing. A part of a speedway team, you're meant to do better than your average, and I feel like the team that we've had at any given night can do better than their average, but we have failed to do so against better competition. I think I'm one of the ones that right at the very start of the season when I saw your team, I thought these guys, it would be a disaster for them not being a top 4. Yeah, exactly right. They had every chance to do so. One thing or another, it just hasn't worked out for us. It wasn't for the management's hard sake of trying, or any of the boys. It's just sometimes other riders click and they make a team. Being completely honest, like when you look at the team that Poole have at the start of the year, I know they're pretty much the same team, but to what we had at the start of the year, I would consider ourselves as strong to go home and away against the Pirates, but it hasn't seemed to be this year's yet, and we can only do our best tonight.
And another issue tonight, no Craig Cook for you tonight, so RR in his place.
Yeah, unfortunately for Craig, there was a bit of an incident the other week in Edinburgh. Like no one deserves to go through what he sort of went through. Thankfully, the photographer's making a recovery, but it has other effects on Cookie since then. And we can just wish him all the best. He is a big loss not having him in the pits. Him on track as well, mate. Like when Craig Cook's on it, there's not many better. So it is a shame. We wish him all the best, and we would obviously much rather have him here. But at the same time, his own health is a lot more important than the speedway bike. Yeah,
most definitely, and we can only wish him well and hope for a speedy recovery. We wish you a good evening tonight, and we wish the team a good meeting tonight, and let's hope everybody comes home safe.
Yeah, nothing better. Sunday evening, sun shining, so I'm looking forward to get going.
Thanks for speaking to us, Josh.
Thank you.
So here are tonight's team lineups. At number 1 for the Pirates is Richard Lawson. Richard got fairly filled in Heat 1 last Wednesday. He'll be looking for a better start from Heat 1 tonight. At number 2 is Kyle Newman. Impressing since going up to number 2 from reserve. He'll be looking for more of what he's been doing in the last few weeks. At number 3, Ben Cook. Unfortunate engine failure in his last heat on Wednesday, but his daredevil overtaking weekly is what we all remember. At number 4, Zach Cook. He's another who never turns down an overtaking move, making him as exciting to watch as his brother when he's here at Wimborne Road. At number 5, Steve Worrall. Some would say in the form of his life. I'd say an appearance at the Grand Prix in a couple of weeks at Cardiff more than backs that up. At number 6, Anders Rowe, another pirate in the form of his life. No more notable than the recent appearance for the under-21 Team GB, scoring 17 of the team's 20 points. And at number 7, Joe Thompson. Guest here on Wednesday, then signed as permanent replacement for injured Adam Roynan, who's out with a broken shoulder blade for the rest of the season. And ever present, as always, team manager is Neil Middleditch. So we move on to the Edinburgh Monarchs. Craig Cook at number 1. Unfortunately, he's absent for tonight's meeting, so the Monarchs will operate rider replacement for his rides. At number 2 is Paco CASTAGNA, one of the Championship Speedway's characters, but don't let that fool you, because he can ride a bit also. At number 3, Kye THOMSON, the Queenslander in his 3rd season at British Speedway, all with the Monarchs, but he's seen recent illness and now he's only rejoined the team just last Friday. At number 4, Bastian BORKE, the young Dane in his first championship campaign, started at number 2 in the team, now finds himself at number 4. At number 5, Josh Pickering, captain to the Monarchs, the Aussie's exciting rider to watch with his never give up attitude. At number 6, Dayle WOOD, the Aussie from Wagga Wagga in New South Wales in his first season in British Speedway. And at number 7, Max Clegg. He started the season with Scunthorpe and was replaced by Drew Kemp, was then quickly snapped up by the Monarchs. And the team manager for the Monarchs is John Campbell.
Alright, number 7 moves up to the Championship Racing after joining the Monarchs Academy National Development side in June. It is Max Clegg. At number 6, enjoying his first year in the UK, the Liz Aussie appearing in 2nd and 3rd tier racing in 2023, Dayle WOOD. Number 5, captain of the Monarchs, collected an impressive win last time he was here at Wimborne Road, Josh Pickering. Number 4, a Danish 21-year-old making good progress since making his UK debut in June, Bastian BORKE. Number 3, he's been a reliable contributor at number 3, now in his 3rd year at Armadale, Kye THOMSON. And number 2, enjoying a 2nd season with the Monarchs after a successful debut year from Italy, Paco CASTAGNA. Alright, time to meet the Pirates. At number 7, he arrives as our guest today, but he'll be taking his place in the team permanently from next week. Welcome to Joe Thompson! At number 6, Congratulations are due. He deservedly was handed the first reserve slot for the British Grand Prix at Cardiff next month. And there's Rowe. Number 5, 3 big wins, including 2 5-1s on Wednesday, shows the class of our captain, Steve Worrall. Number 4, a classy performer, very capable of his best work when the pressure is on, Zach Cook. Number 3, chosen as rider of the night the last 2 weeks on the banks. That's our pocket rocket, Ben Cook. Number 2, a spectacular fall cost him his final race on Wednesday after dropping just 2 points, Kyle Newman. And number 1, hit 5-1 with Captain Steve in Heat 15 against the Bears, sent the Pirates to the top of the league, Richard Lawson. So we've got our 2 captains to come to the line, Steve and Josh, to spin the coin for gate positions. Morris has got he's got a proper penny, tails it is. And Josh is saying 1 and 3 for the Monarchs after successfully calling.
So here we go, here's our lineup for Heat 1, sponsored by KD Wardrobes. In Gate 1, in yellow, for the Monarchs is Paco CASTAGNA. In Gate 2, in blue, for the Pirates, it's Kyle Newman. In Gate 3, in white, for the Monarchs is Josh Pickering. And in Gate 4, in red is Richard Lawson for the Pirates. So here we go then. Our start marshal is ready, and away we go with Heat 1. And it's a good start from the outside from Lawson. Castagna goes down on the inside. The red lights are already on. Looks like he might have twisted a knee or an ankle, which is the last thing that the Monarchs need at this particular moment in time. Heat 1 sponsored by KD Wardrobes in Gate 1. Paco CASTAGNA in yellow for all the Monarchs. In Gate 2 in blue, it's Kyle Newman for the Pirates. In Gate 3 in white is Josh Pickering for the Monarchs. In Gate 4 is Richard Lawson in red for the Pirates. To save the rider replacement, say for Josh's 3rd or 4th ride, the Pirates could be away and gone by then. So the move from the Monarchs management, a good one in my opinion, can only do what's right by the team. This seems to be the right thing for Heat 1. So we asked, for the second time we're asking, our start marshal is ready, and away we go. And it's a better start for the Monarchs this time round, but it's Lawson comes around the outside, Paco CASTAGNA coming up the inside, leaves racing room for Lawson. Lawson goes around the outside. Josh Pickering's gone a little bit wide and let Newman up the inside. He was trying to take a tear off at the same time, and Kyle Newman pounced. But it's Richard Lawson out front, having a look over his shoulder to see where his teammate is. I'll tell you where his teammate is. He's in 3rd place, trying to be hunted down by Josh Pickering. He made a good initial start, but I think he was hampered a little bit by Paco down on the 3rd and 4th turn on lap 1, and that meant Pickering could not pick the line. But now Pickering's finding a way. He's got half a lap to have a go at Kyle Newman. Kyler, stay tight. Pico trying to come up the inside, it's not going to work. It's red, yellow, blue and white as they come over the line. 4-2 heat advantage to the Pirates, and in shot is your winner, the Rocket Man, Richard Lawson. Picks up the 3 points for the Pirates in Heat 1. Fans' favourite here at Wimborne Road since becoming an acquisition by the Pirates. Here's the confirmation of the Heat 1 result. It's a win for Richard Lawson in red for the Pirates. In second was Paco CASTAGNA in yellow for the Monarchs. In third was Carl Newman in blue for the Pirates. In fourth was Josh Pickering in white for the Monarchs. So the match score after one heat is 4 to the Pirates and 2 to the Monarchs. Here we go, Heat 2, sponsored by Compact Lifting Services. And on the inside, in red, for the Pirates is Anders Rowe. In gate 2, in white, is Dayle WOOD for the Monarchs. In gate 3 is Joe Thompson in blue for the Pirates. And in gate 4 is Max Clegg in yellow for the Monarchs. Finds himself at reserve, just over a 4 average. Tapes go up on Heat 2 and away we go again. It's a good start on the inside from Anders Rowe. Joe Thompson going up the inside of Max Clegg, going into second place. Thompson now chasing Anders Rowe. It's Max Clegg in yellow chasing Thompson. But the Pirates new boy really got into the mix of it there on bend 1 and 2 and found his way through to second place. It's got a little bit stretched out, this one, with 1 lap to go, but it's Anders Rowe, who's got to say is in the form of his life. In red, he's out front. Joe Thompson still getting used to the track there in second, being caught a little bit by Max Clegg. Will he hold on to it to come home? Looks like he will. A win for the rider in red, followed by blue, followed by yellow, followed by white. 5-1 heat score in the advantage of the Pirates. There's your heat winner, Anders Rowe, and coming round for his first ovation for the Poole fans. Here's the confirmation of the Heat 2 result. It was a win for Anders Rowe in red. Our caption just says I'm quite the wrong way around there, but it's a win for Anders Rowe in red. He picks up the 3 points in. Second in blue was Joe Thompson for the Pirates. In third in yellow was Max Clegg for the Monarchs. And at the back was Dayle WOOD in white for the Monarchs. There we go, well done. And so Heat 2 match, the score after Heat 2 of the match is 9 to the Pirates and 3 to the Monarchs. In gate 1 in white is Kye Thompson for the Monarchs. In gate 2 is Zach Cook in blue for the Pirates. In gate 3 in yellow is Bastian BORKE, and in gate 4 in red is Ben Cook for the Pirates. Here we go with race 3. Bastian BORKE was first in. Here we go, he takes her away. It's a very even jump. But Zach Cook's got there on the inside. And brothers come round the outside in red. And now the boys are away. Kye Thompson giving it a good go. Zach seems to have just got a couple of bike lengths on him in that lap. Ben Cook's gone out front. He's got his back wheels just in the dirt and he is absolutely flying, like sat in his armchair. Really does look good here. A glance over his shoulder to see where his brother is. Bastian BORKE absolutely got filled in there by his partner Kye Thompson on the last lap, but here we come. It's another 5-1 to the Pirates. It's red, blue, white, yellow as they come over the line. It's Another fight, maximum heat score to the Pirates. The second on the bounce. Here come the Cook brothers. Taking the plaudits. The winner there being Ben, the rider in red, number 3 on his back. Here we go, confirmation of the Heat 3 result. It was a win for Ben Cook in red for the Pirates. In second, Zach Cook in blue for the Pirates. Third was Kye Thompson for the Monarchs. And in fourth, Bastian BORKE there. Got filled in, couldn't see a lot. So the match score after 3 heats is 14 to the Pirates, 4 to the Monarchs.
Across the line was Zach Cook. Heat 4 next. 2 minutes on the clock. Heat 4 sponsored by...
Here we go. It looked a really even break at the start, but Bastian BORKE, he just shut out there, and that allowed Zach and Ben to have room to get round the outside of Kye Thompson. On the inside gate in yellow is Max Clegg. In gate 2 in blue is Joe Thompson for the Pirates. In gate 3 in white is Josh Pickering for the Monarchs, and in gate 4 in red is Steve Worrall for the Pirates. The Pirates captain, been involved as GPs before as a reserve, but didn't get to ride with Mr. Worrall. So this time he will get to ride. Unless he does an Adam Ellis, of course, and gets injured in the practice, which is what Adam kind of did last year. So here we go then, heat 4, takes go up, and away we go. It's Pico and Stevie Worrall, but the grip's all on the outside there, early doors, and Worrall's gone straight up to the dirt. Josh Pickering's followed him. Joe Thompson once again gets a good start and gets over Max Clegg. He's learning to ride that grippy line now. Joe Thompson, Max Clegg is closing in on him. That looks to be where the action is. Although Pickering's not give up at the front either. Josh Pickering is really closing up on Steve Worrall as well. It's closing up and there's getting by when you're both almost as quick. Pickering is caught right up to the tail. He's got 1 lap to go. He's going high, wide and handsome down there on the bottom bend and cut back up the inside. What an absolute stonking move from Pickering. Now Worrall's going to return the favour up the inside, but he doesn't make it. Great pass from Pickering. It's white, red, blue and yellow as they cross the line. You have to say, what a stonking move from Josh Pickering that was. 3-3, it's a heat score for heat 4. But there's your winner coming round, and I'm sure he's going to get an ovation from the Poole crowd. How hard did he work there? Super ride from Josh Pickering. And here's the confirmation of the heat 4 result. It's a win in white for Josh Pickering, and how hard did he have to win for work for that for the Monarchs? In second was Steve Worrall in red for the Pirates. In third was Joe Thompson in blue for the Pirates, doing his job. And Max Clegg was at the back in yellow. So the match score after heat 4 is 17 to the Pirates and 7 to the Monarchs. And here we go from the start, and Stevie Worrall definitely had the jump. He went on him, and then he clamped. He got Pico had one of his wheels on the inside on the grass because he had, Worrall had cut across. And then it looked like Worrall was going to be away with it, but you can see how far Pico was back there. Josh Pickering just really started to make long straights of it and getting out in the dirt, and you could see him just grabbing bike length back at a time. And then you can see him come round. We were looking at the race at the back because that was close as well. But then you could see Pickering just grabbing those bike lengths coming up the back straight. As we pan round, you can see he's right then on the back wheel, and watch him come into this turn. Goes in big and wide, goes into the dirt, straightens early. Worrall was a little bit in no man's land on pit turn there.
Joe, if we could just have a very quick word on the live stream. First of all, congratulations and welcome to the Pirates. Good start for you today with paid 5 points already.
Yeah, I've changed a few things since the last meeting and just making steps in the right direction generally. Yeah, and I'm just glad to be here and grateful for the opportunity I've been given.
And like all things, making starts is a key part of Speedway, and you didn't look to be too bad off the blocks there.
No, I really struggled off the starts last week, so made some changes, and I'm gradually getting there with my starts. They've not been brilliant, but they've not been as bad as last week.
And how's the injury? I know you've come back in the last couple of weeks after having some collarbone problems, but presumably all okay now.
Yeah, I feel good, and I don't feel any pain anymore. I've got my final X-ray tomorrow, and then hopefully I'm all clear and I can just keep racing.
And you joined the Pirates at a time that they're heading towards the top of the table and looking at the playoffs and perhaps a championship for the third time. It must be a great feeling to be on board with this club.
Yeah, I'm definitely very grateful that they came to pick me for the spot, and I'll do all I can to try and help out and score the points that will help to another league title here.
Great to have you on board, Joe. Have a good meeting as it continues. Thanks very much indeed. Anders just quickly there with his cap on. Anders, good start, gate 1, good race win.
Yeah, definitely. It was good track. It was lovely. So yeah.
Congratulations on your nomination to go to Cardiff. You must be delighted with that and looking forward to it.
Yeah, definitely. I can't wait, and yeah, it should be a good couple of days.
We'll let you get your thoughts together as we go for the next round of heats.
Gate number 1 in red for the Pirates is Ben Cook. In gate number 2 in yellow is Paco CASTAGNA for the Monarchs. In gate 3 in blue is Zach Cook for the Pirates. And in gate 4 in white, the rider replacement ride is Kye THOMSON for the Monarchs.
And in heat 5, joining him on gate number 2 in yellow, after a second place in the first race of the day, Paco CASTAGNA.
10 points the difference in the score. Cook brothers, the engine house of this Pirates team. Round again, away we go. And the Cook brothers have made it to turn 1. Ben got caught up there on the inside. I'm not really sure what happened, but Paco CASTAGNA took the chance to go through. Ben is now crashed out on turn 3. Got out in the deep stuff. He's got off the track. His brother's out front. That looked awfully messy. Big bit of grip coming off the turn there. Zach's just hit it as well. Paco CASTAGNA and Kye Thompson are in 3rd and 4th, but Zach Cook out front. And there's half a lap to go. All the excitement was on lap 1 there. And it's a win in blue for Zach Cook, followed by yellow, followed by white. It's a 3-all heat score. Here's the result of heat 5. Here's your race winner in shot, Zach Cook. Brother Ben on that occasion got a bit squirrely on the outside. I think he was a little upset that he made the mistake, but here's the result. Confirmation of the result of heat 5. It was a win for Zach Cook in blue for the Pirates. In 2nd, in yellow, was Paco CASTAGNA for the Monarchs. In 3rd, Kye Thompson filling in the minor placings. And obviously our non-finisher, Ben Cook in red. He gets adjudicated as 4th. So the match score after 5 heats is 20 to the Pirates, 10 to the Monarchs. You can see here a great shot from the start. The 2 Poole boys out front. And like I say, Ben just drifted off the line and seemed to be spinning up in the middle of the corner, and allowed Paco to come by and then went a little bit deep into the dirt, then got filled in at the wrong moment and couldn't see, and the bike lifted. In gate 1 in white we have Josh Pickering for the Monarchs. He won last time out. In gate 2 it's Richard Lawson in red. He also won last time out for the Pirates. In gate 3 is Dayle WOOD in yellow for the Monarchs, and in gate 4 in blue is Kyle Newman for the Pirates. So it looks like Pickering's going to be the last in. Rider in white on the inside for the Monarchs, the captain. Monarchs only heat winner so far. Lawson makes a good start. Newman's coming around the outside. I don't know whether there was contact there. Kyle Newman believes there was. He's having to lay down like he's on the beach. We'll see it again. It was a good start on the inside from Lawson, and there was a gap around the outside which Newman was coming to, but it looked like Pickering was trying to get up there onto the dirt at the same time, and Newman was half a bike length behind, and there was a slight coming together. Rider in white has been excluded. Pickering there, you can see in shot, has a message. So here we go, Heat 6 again. MB Wilkes are the sponsors of Heat 6. No rider in gate 1 because of the exclusion. In gate 2 in red is Richard Lawson for the Pirates. In gate 3 the sole Monarch is Dayle WOOD in yellow, and in gate 4 in blue is Kyle Newman for the Pirates. So here we go for the second time of asking on Heat 6. Newman got around the outside of Wood. Wood had a really good start initially there. Lawson made the start that we thought he would make. And now it's Kyle Newman chasing Richard Lawson. Dayle WOOD, the sole Monarch at the back. Dayle in his first year in British Speedway comes to it a little bit longer in the tooth than most of the Aussies come over. Gaining experience with every turn of the wheel here in the UK. But it's Richard Lawson and Kyle Newman on for a 5-1 for the Pirates in with 1 lap to go. Unfortunately, the race lost something when it lost Josh Pickering in this one. It came to the inevitable conclusion. There's a win. Kyle Newman just on the line over Richard Lawson in red and Dayle WOOD in yellow. So it was blue, red and yellow as they went over the line. The 5-1 heat score in the favour of the Pirates. Here comes your race winner, Kyle Newman. Picks himself off the floor for a race win. So here's the confirmation. The Heat 6 result was a win for Kyle Newman in blue for the Pirates. In second was Richard Lawson in red for the Pirates. In third in yellow was Dayle WOOD, and of course Josh Pickering was excluded, but he's granted fourth. So after Heat 6, the match score is 25 to the Pirates, 11 to the Monarchs, as the Pirates stretch their lead to 14 points. In gate 1 in Heat 7 will be Steve Worrall in red. In gate 2 in white will be Kye Thompson for the Monarchs. In gate 3 in blue will be Anders Rowe for the Pirates, and in gate 4 in yellow will be Bastian BORKE for the Monarchs. Ben out. So Heat 7, tapes are up, we're underway, and away we go. This good one from Worrall off the inside. All a bit of bunching there, there's a bit of colliding going into turn one, and the red lights are on again. Rider in yellow, Bastian BORKE, got balked a little bit there on the way in. So it's an unsatisfactory start. Starts are pretty good tonight. I think you'll see from our camera, just got a touch. Both riders just touched on the way into the corner and didn't allow Bastian BORKE to be able to turn. Heat 7 sponsored by Wessex Marine. In gate 1 is Steve Worrall in red for the Pirates. In gate 2 in white is Kye THOMSON for the Monarchs. In gate 3 in blue is Rowe for the Pirates. And in gate 4 in yellow is Bastian BORKE for the Monarchs. Steve Worrall got past in the last lap by Pickering in his last heat. Here we go again. Second time of asking, heat 7. We're away. Worrall gets a good one and looks across for his partner. Around the outside is Kye THOMSON of Worrall. What a good move that is from him. He's now gone out wide and he's found a setup. Kye THOMSON hasn't been back long, just a few days from illness. It doesn't show there. Absolutely blatted round the outside of the Poole Pirates number 5. Kye THOMSON looking good out front. For the Monarchs to be able to make a dent in this lead that the Pirates have. The rider in yellow, Bastian BORKE, needs to come up and challenge the two Pirates. And as Rowe has to look over his shoulder. To be fair, BORKE looks better in this one. He doesn't quite look good enough to get the two in front. All that going on behind. Kye THOMSON, he comes home with the win in white for the Monarchs, followed by red, followed by blue, followed by yellow. It's a 3-all heat score is the result of heat 7. Second race win for the Monarchs tonight. And that was Kye THOMSON. And what a good pass that was over on the pit turn. Here's the confirmation of your heat 7 result. It's a win for Kye THOMSON in white for the Monarchs. In second, in red, was Steve Worrall for the Pirates. In third was Rowe in blue for the Pirates. And in fourth was Bastian BORKE in yellow for the Monarchs. Taking the match score after heat 7 to 28 to the Pirates, 14 to the Monarchs. Here we can see from the start a few elbows there from Rowe and Bastian BORKE, but while I was watching that, Kye THOMSON got in that dirt around the outside of turn 2 and past Worrall. Whether Worrall thought it was his partner on the outside of him, I'm not sure, because it was quite an easy pass. Maybe he thought it was Rowe there.
Very quickly, Josh, on the live stream, and I think that was a harsh decision from my point of view. From you?
Yeah, look, it is one of them things. I don't have mirrors in the back of my head, you know. Richard, like the way I look at it, Richard nearly put me on the grass. I changed my line, tried to go around him. It was a first corner incident, mate. Like, there was nothing deliberate. There's no harm done. Kyle even knew himself. He thought, you know, it was all fall back. At the end of the day, like, that is the issue with this sport. There's that many referees, and there can be quite a few inconsistent calls, but I can't really say I've ever been put out of a first corner bunching like that. It was pretty embarrassing, to be honest. If I was a referee and made a decision like that, I'd hang my head in shame. But you know, at the end of the day, it's realistically it's robbing the live stream and robbing the paying publicly to put ourselves up against the best riders we can put towards the team.
Yeah, thanks for that honest opinion, Josh. It's appreciated. It's been a tough year for Edinburgh, hasn't it? Yourself as well at the start of the season, coming into an injury and then having to wait a couple of months to actually get back on track again. And things haven't really gone the Monarchs' way this time round. And now poor old Craig's suffering a little bit, and you've got a big uphill task to perform. Yeah,
look, it's the way it goes. You can only do what you can do. I don't really carry the weight of anyone in the team, because at the end of the day, we're all 7 individual riders. The reason we're in this team is because we can pull our own weight. There is a time where I have to step up, which I try to do that, every other day of the week. So it is a bit of a situation we're currently in. It has been a tough season, as you said. There's no lies to that. We definitely don't need to make it tougher making decisions like that. But all I can do is wish Cookie all the best. Obviously, he was involved in an accident a couple of weeks ago at Edinburgh, and it's taken his toll on him a little bit. And we can just send our love and support out to him as much as we possibly can. And everyone with Edinburgh is behind him. And it is a shame that we can't have him here with us as well, because in my opinion, he's one of the best riders, not just in the league, but in UK Speedway. He's unbelievable to have in the team, and when Cookie's on, there's not many other riders that can beat him. So we are missing that part of the team. I feel like if Cookie was here today and he was at his best, then we would definitely have a good chance of taking some points away from Poole today. But look, I don't even really know what the score is right now. I know I'll be going out for a tactical at some stage. But yeah, look, at the end of the day, I've just got to continue trying to win and lift everyone's spirits up, and the boys can just go out and do what they can do.
Again, thanks for your honest opinion there, Josh. Just one final question. Are playoffs out of the question for the Monarchs this year?
Oh, mate, honestly, I don't know. Every meeting I do, I understand we do a few different leagues throughout the league, like we have the Cup and all the rest of it. I don't even know what meetings we're racing in. I just have in my diary where I am and what I'm doing. So point systems wise, I think we're in 6th position. I've got no idea what we have to do to finalise our playoff position. It would be a tough ask, but I'll tell you what though, with what we've been dealt with this year, we deserve every right to be there on merit. So look, we just got to keep rocking up, doing what we're doing. We've got 2 important meetings at home on Friday, one against Poole, I think, and the other with Birmingham. So if we can try and win at least one of them, 2 preferably, that would obviously put us in a good position. But on the overall scheme, I don't really know what's required.
Well, one thing's for sure, they can rely on you absolutely 100% of the time. Hope the rest of the meeting pans out better for you than the first part's done.
Yeah, it's the way it goes. I can only do what I can do. There's no reason me to, other than bitch and whinge like I have. I've made comment, but I mean, like me jumping up and down and getting cranky about it, it's not going to change his decision. It's only going to affect me for the rest of the night. So I've got 3, maybe, what have I got? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 3, maybe 4 races left. I just got to do what I can do in them.
OK, well, there goes the buzzer. Thanks very much, Josh.
Here we go with Heat 8, sponsored by the Bournemouth Betting Centre. In Gate 1, in blue is Joe Thompson for the Pirates. He's had a good night. He's had a good day, afternoon, evening so far in Gate 2. In yellow is Max Clegg for the Monarchs. In Gate 3 is Kyle Newman for the Pirates in red, and in Gate 4 in white is Paco CASTAGNA for the Monarchs. Paco a couple of second places to his name so far for his 4 points. Newman's also on 4 points. He's got a win and a third. Max Clegg has just picked up the solitary point in his first outing. And we know Joe Thompson has got 3 plus 2. Away we go. Thompson has not made as good a one as Kyle, and this time we've got one stuck under the air fence on turn 2. That looked like Paco was going around the outside of Kyle. A little role reversal there. So
Good news is that Paco's back on his feet.
Paco's back on his feet. Got 2 tumbles tonight already. It's the afternoon. And you can see Paco was round the outside in white, picked up a bit of drive there, went Ryan Newman, and obviously the drive sent him straight. Here we go with Heat 8 once again, sponsored by Bournemouth Betting Centre. In Gate 1, Joe Thompson for the Pirates in blue. In Gate 2, in yellow, Max Clegg for the Monarchs. In Gate 3 is Kyle Newman in red for the Pirates, and obviously no rider in Gate 4 with Paco CASTAGNA excluded for being the cause of the stoppage. The sun's coming round now, causing a few problems for our camera operators. Doing our best to get the lighting right and the focus right for you to see Best of the racing here at Wimborne Road this evening. The Heat 8 is underway for the second time I've asked, and it's a better one off the inside from Joe Thompson. Kyle Newman made his start. Thompson stayed down low. Max Clegg's trying to come up the outside. Newman's hit a bump there, and is Max Clegg going to come between the two of them? He's got round Thompson. He's making a good go of it, Max Clegg here, the Monarch. And now he's having a good look at Kyle Newman. Slight change to set up for Max Clegg. Picking up a bit of grip, going wide and trying to come up the inside of Newman. Newman shuts the door. Joe Thompson's not out of it either. He's right there with him in the mix. He's not being dropped away. It's Newman. Clegg, Thompson as they come round for the last lap, of Heat 8. Newman just about holding on there. It's a good ride from Max Clegg to get past Thompson. So it's red, yellow, blue as they come over the line. 4-2 is the Heat score in the favour of the Pirates. Good pass there from Max Clegg on Joe Thompson. Here comes your Heat winner, local lad, Kyle Newman. Here's the confirmation of that Heat 8 result. It's a win in red for Kyle Newman for the Pirates. In second, in yellow, is Max Clegg for the Monarchs. In third was Joe Thompson. Another point to his tally in blue. And in fourth, obviously, is Paco CASTAGNA, who was excluded from the race. So our match score after Heat 8 is 32 to the Pirates, 16 to the Monarchs. As you can see from the start, good start from the Poole boys there, squeezed Max Clegg, but Max Clegg went up into the dirt and got himself into a position there alongside Joe Thompson, but he stayed patient. He didn't whack it right off, he stayed patient, and when the opportunity arose and the room came, he just went and got his wheels on the edge of that dirt. And on the inside in gate 1 is Zach Cook for the Pirates in blue. In gate 2 is Josh Pickering in white for the Monarchs. In gate 3, Ben Cook in red for the Pirates. And in gate 4, in yellow, is Dayle WOOD for the Monarchs. In an all-Aussie affair, this Heat 9. Start Marshall awaits the riders to come in. Backfire there from one of the bikes. Here we go, Heat 9 is underway, and it's a good one from Pico. He's gone wide to shut Ben off. He knew that he would be coming wide on the turn, on pit turn, and he blocked the run. Good work there from Josh Pickering. Ben Cook in second, Zach in third, and Dayle WOOD from Wagga Wagga is at the back. Out front, Josh Pickering looking exceedingly quick. Obviously a bit of pent-up aggression inside Josh from his exclusion earlier, which we saw in his interview that with Rob, that he felt that it wasn't a fair thing, but that stretched this race right out. Oh, Dayle WOOD had an incident down in turn 1 and 2. It's a win for Pickering in white, followed by red and blue. It's a 3-all Heat score.
Looking win, quite literally leaving them in the dust in Heat number 9. Josh Pickering.
Wood fell there. He's up and pushing his bike back. That's a 3-all Heat score. It's the result of Heat 9. Josh Pickering choosing not to come round. It's the confirmation of the Heat 9 result. It's a win for Josh Pickering in white for the Monarchs. In second was Ben Cook in red for the Pirates. In third was Zach Cook in blue for the Pirates, and in fourth. Failed to finish though. Dayle WOOD picks himself up off the floor down in turn 2. And the match score after the Heat 9 is 35 to the Pirates and 19 to the Monarchs. And once again, interesting, the outer gates early doors favouring those riders. On them, 3 wins from gate 4, 3 from gate 3, 2 from gate 1, and just the 1 from gate 1. So once again, the points coming from the outside 2 gates. Here's a little flick through of who's doing the scores here. Race wins for Lawson, Newman, Cook, and Anders Rowe. On the other side, 2 race wins for Josh Pickering, 1 for Kye THOMSON. Now the points are where they are. So Thompson having a good evening there, 4 points. That's 2 bonus from the new Pirate. Just what the management would be looking for.
Okay, well, welcome back to Pit Lane on the live stream with Richard Lawson with me. And Richard, Heat 1 today was a little bit different to Heat 1 last Wednesday night. You look a little bit cleaner.
Yeah, I managed to keep it a bit cleaner. That start's always important in the first one. The initial one, it was really good start, and then the next reary one, I almost didn't get across him, but managed to get it over the line.
Yeah, I said, look, you had to do it twice, and the second time it looked a bit more difficult than the first.
Always is that way. Yeah, but like I said, we got it over the line, and yeah, nice to stay a bit cleaner.
This afternoon we're running an afternoon into evening meeting. Does that affect you in any way, or the setup of your equipment?
Yeah, slightly. The track's riding a bit different, so yeah, we're just doing minor adjustments. Just not exactly the norm, but not far off, to be fair.
Now, between last Wednesday and today, I know you've done a job for the Brummies up at Redcar with page 17, and that's an amazing score on that track. You were absolutely flying.
Yeah, it was a good meeting for me. The track was prepared good, and yeah, ex-Pirate Danny King, yeah, I dropped my point to him. We had a good battle, but yeah, I'm enjoying my racing at the minute.
And that Redcar track seems to be one that all the boys enjoy going to, not only here at the Pirates, but all the riders around the country.
It is, yeah. It's such a lovely shape and prepared well. It's always brings good racing. So the CLRC on Sunday will be week today, actually. That's going to be a tough one.
Now, between now and then, of course, Pirates have got a meeting to go to up at Edinburgh after the sad events of what happened last time round up there. Important one for the Pirates, because got to keep chipping away at those points to stay up the top of the league.
Yeah, 100%. It's kind of must win all our meetings now to try and finish top. If we can finish top, it's a major advantage to pick our opponents. So that's what we're looking to do. Well,
going well today. Please keep doing it. We're looking forward to seeing the rest of your rides this afternoon. Go well, sir.
Thank you. Cheers.
Midlow, let's just catch up with Midlow on the live stream. Going well so far.
Yeah, it's okay. Yeah, it's we're doing what we were expected to do, really. But yeah, you know, Pickering's putting on a show for us, isn't he, tonight? But yeah, no, the boys are all doing well.
From a personal point of view, I've looked at some of those refereeing decisions, and they're toss of the coin. You might like to just comment, or you might like to say nothing.
Well, I don't know about toss of the coin. I think first one, Paco, I mean, he just fell off on his own on the inside, nobody near him. And in Edinburgh's favour, in that one with Pico and Carl, I mean, even Carl said it's classic first corner. I mean, it was all 4 back all day long, but, you know, okay, it worked in our favour, but it's still a bit of a dubious decision, shall we say.
Just looking at the league table, as Oxford went to Edinburgh at the weekend and got a big win up there, and Pirates go that way on Friday night with Javi in the chair, I guess. Yep. I guess the message is going to be just keep doing what you were doing, because when the first running went, the Pirates were in a good position. Need to be the same this time round.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, it's unfortunate that wasn't obviously the incident that happened there. But yeah, I mean, we just got to go there and do the same. But I mean, obviously, Edinburgh will be giving them the chat, don't let this happen again. So we've just got to, you know, I'm sure Javi will be all over the boys, get them fired up.
From your point of view, do you think there's any chance that any of the top teams might make a last-minute change as we go to the run-in?
I don't know. I think everybody's pretty happy with what they got. I think, I mean, that possibly, it depends who's around, isn't it? There's not many riders floating around, but yeah, I mean, if somebody sees it, like anybody, like any team would, if they see an advantage in changing a rider, they'll do it.
As long as the pennies are right.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Keep it going, Neil. Thanks for your time tonight.
Cheers, thanks.
Okay, back in the pit area, I've got John Campbell from the Monarchs with me. And John, you told me earlier on it was an 8-hour drive to get to Poole, and at the end of it, it looks like it's going to be a very tough meeting for your boys.
Yeah, well, even before we set out, it was going to be a tough meeting for us. So we've got one or two of the guys going now, and we've had one or two decisions specifically going against us for sure. It would be nice if referees were consistent, and I suppose he's consistently bad, so that's a plus for us. We've had a tough season, so we can't come to probably the best team in the league and expect to do well when you're missing your top man with no guest replacement, and on a track that's requiring an immense amount of work here to do what to, I don't know.
But Johnny, at the start of the season, if you look down the team sheets, I'm certain a lot of people would have had Edinburgh up there as one of the potential playoff and title contenders, but it seems to have fizzled away.
We haven't had our whole team out since the 22nd of April. We've had constant injuries from then on, not one guy that's been out all the time, but most of the guys have been out at some time, so it's hard going to make anything of that. It's hard going to get guests, particularly here today. It's just impossible, and it hasn't gone well for us all season.
And I think you're probably echoing what most promoters would be finding at the moment, that guest riders are scarce on the ground because of all the meetings that are now stacking up, and that perhaps those that you do ask want to come and do it for a price that isn't really reasonable.
There's always the right price for the job, and we'll take guys on if we think the price is right. That hasn't stopped riders coming here today, though. It's all about they're running too many meetings. There's a couple of guys. Our own Josh Pickering has, to an extent, been complaining about non-stop from today right through the whole of this week. So it's hard going for them. I accept that.
So all we can do is say, well, thanks for your time and putting the team together. I know you're trying to keep them going as best you possibly can to give the Pirates some action over the second half of the meeting. It looks like the tractor's gone to bed. So I'll say thanks for your time, John. Have a safe trip back, all 8 hours of it.
Thanks very much.
Here we go, on to heat 10. And on the inside in gate 1 in blue is Kyle Newman. In gate 2 in yellow is Bastian BORKE for the Monarchs. In gate 3 in red is Richard Lawson for the Pirates, and in gate 4 in white is Kye THOMSON for the Monarchs, and he looked very quick last time out. We are counting down now. There's 9 seconds to the boys being ready to start. So our riders are in place. Takes her up and away we go. It's a good one from the Poole boys. Lawson on the outside, Newman on the inside. Kye THOMSON's got some work to do here if he's going to get to the front. Newman bouncing about all over the place, but he's hanging on. It's like a bucking bronco there, Newman. And now up the inside, Kye THOMSON's having a look. Newman now shuts the door but goes wide. He's going into the deep stuff. Will it pick up? It does, but Newman keeps good control. Good drive as it comes out. There's definitely 2 lines here, an outside and an inside line after this track grade, but it's Richard Lawson out front. He has no idea what's going on in red. And they're all bunched up behind them, but it's Newman still holding the second place. He tucks inside to hold Kye THOMSON from going around that inside, and it's a win for Richard Lawson in red. Blue, white and yellow as they come over the line. It's a 5-1 heat advantage to the Pirates. There are your 2 Pirates. Came out of the traps and held on. Big ovation here from the fans in the grandstand. They like that 5-1. And here's the confirmation of the Heat 10 result. It's a win for Richard Lawson in red for the Pirates. In second, Kyle Newman in blue for the Pirates. In third was Kye THOMSON in white for the Monarchs. And in fourth In yellow was Bastian BORKE for the Monarchs. So, after heat 10, the match score is 20 to the Monarchs, but it's 40 to the Pirates. They open up a 20-point lead. Here's our gate stats. Changing slightly, but gate 1 still looks a bit of a graveyard today. It looks to be a long way to turn 1 from gate 1, but it's gates 3 and 4 still producing all the points. Here we go, heat 11, sponsored by Link Fabrication. And on the inside in gate 1, we have Bastian BORKE. In gate 2, in red, we have Steve Worrall for the Pirates. In gate 3, in yellow, we have Paco CASTAGNA for the Monarchs. And in gate 4, Anders Rowe in blue for the Pirates. So then, riders are in at tapes. Our start marshal is ready. Away we go. It's a good start from Steve Worrall and then packed in by the Monarchs. Coming around the outside of Bastian BORKE is Anders Rowe, and he's now going even larger, going to try and get Paco around the outside, and he's made it all around the outside. What a smooth move there from Anders Rowe. Beautiful bit of passing here at Wimborne Road from Anders Rowe on 3 and 4. Worrall and Rowe holding the 5-1 position, and they're starting to stretch away from CASTAGNA, who's in third. Bastian BORKE seems to be having a better run here in this one. Even though he's at the back, he looks a lot more comfortable on track. Had to shut the brakes on there to stop himself hitting Paco CASTAGNA. But the boys out front aren't interested in that. It's a win for the rider in red, Steve Worrall, followed by blue, followed by yellow, followed by white. Another 5-1 heat score to the Pirates. That's their 5th of the evening. Here's your heat winner in red. Stevie Worrall coming around with his partner. Anders Rowe in blue. So confirmation of the heat 11 result. It's a win for Steve Worrall in red for the Pirates. In second, Anders Rowe in blue for the Pirates. In third, Paco CASTAGNA for the Monarchs. And in fourth, Bastian BORKE for the Monarchs. So the match score after 11 heats is 45 to the Pirates, 21 to the Monarchs. Go. There's all action into the first turn, and it looked like the Monarchs had packed out the minor placings, and then Anders Rowe had different thoughts about it. Goes around the outside, goes in deep into turn 3, gets his wheels out in that dirt, and you can see it lifting his front wheel and pulling him, and it pulled him smooth as you like right around the outside of Paco CASTAGNA. And the Pirates duo were not headed from there.
Quick comment, 4 rides in and probably finished for the day. How did it find it?
Yeah, I was a bit gutted in my first one because obviously there was a rider fell off in the first race and got back in, and then they made the start typically. You know what it's like, I made the start in the first one, so managed to get back up to third, and then unbeaten after that. Took a tumble myself in the fence, and after the other day just feeling a bit stiff and sore. You know what it's like, you always land on the crashes, but I think we're cruising, so track's a bit tricky, but hey, we're winning, that's the main thing.
Funny old decision with Pico and yourself there. I think all 4 would have been the obvious call, but referee saw it a different way.
Yeah, I thought that, but I was talking, one of the boys on our team said it was because he went from like the inside to the outside kind of so aggressively, So potentially that's what the referee's seen, and I wasn't focusing on him. I was picking my own line, and all of a sudden there was a bike there, and I had the front wheel taken away, and so got the rub of the green there, and we're just sometimes you've got to take it. You know, there's plenty of times where we don't get it.
There we go, there's Carl's view of what's happened today. Thanks, Carl. Good work today, sir. Thank you. We'll pass back to Scotty because the riders are out on track.
Yep, Heat 12, sponsored by Fry's Electrical. On the inside in Gate 1, attack sub in yellow for the Monarchs, Josh Pickering. Gate 2, Ben Cook in red for the Pirates. Gate 3 in white is Kye Thompson for the Monarchs. And Gate 4 is Joe Thompson in blue for the Pirates. Monarchs will here be looking to put a little dent in the deficit. Monarchs a few points behind, trying everything they can, and it's Ben Cook gets over Josh Pickering at the start, and he will now get his head down and go. It's Kye Thompson in second place for the Monarchs as Pickering in third. Will Kye Thompson hold Pickering up? Pickering's going high, wide and handsome. It's Joe Thompson at the back for the Pirates, but he's not being left behind. Pickering has a look over his shoulder. Thompson's one of those that seems to be improving with every turn of the wheel here. But it's Ben Cook out front in red for the Pirates. He made a lovely start from Gate 2, got over the top of Pickering in Gate 1 and just got the elbows in front. And it's been a tapes to flag win for Ben Cook in red, followed by white, followed by yellow, followed by blue.
Heat number 12 belongs to Ben Cook.
It's a 3-all heat score is the result of Heat 12, and there is your heat winner, Ben Cook. So here's confirmation of the Heat 12 result. It was a win for Ben Cook for the Pirates in red. In second was Kye Thompson in white for the Monarchs. In third was Josh Pickering in yellow for the Monarchs. And in fourth was Joe Thompson in blue for the Pirates. It was a 3-all heat score, taking the match score after Heat 12 to 48 to the Pirates, 24 to the Monarchs.
3 to each side.
So here we go, Heat 13, sponsored by Global Heating. In Gate 1 is Richard Lawson for the Pirates in red. In Gate 2, Paco CASTAGNA, he comes in as a rider replacement in white for the Monarchs. In Gate 3, Steve Worrall in blue for the Pirates. And in Gate 4, Josh Pickering in yellow for the Monarchs. This is Pickering's 6th ride of the evening. He's been a busy boy. Start Marshall leads and away we go. It's the Pirates boys out front. And as I said, Pickering is going to find himself some drive on the outside. Not quite enough to get himself alongside Lawson. Lawson's had to shut off a little bit because he found a bit of driving. Stevie Worrall's out front. They're now doing a bit more of a team ride, but Pico is going up the gap. What a move from Josh Pickering that is. But he's then gone too high and too wide. He's now coming back up the inside of Lawson. This is some entertaining racing, ladies and gentlemen, provided by Josh Pickering. Lawson goes back round Pickering. That's the third pass in 2.5 laps. Pickering is not giving up here. I don't know whether Steve Worrall's holding up Lawson, but Lawson's had to go wide to try and stop Pickering getting out onto that faster line. He's learned his lesson. It's a 5-1 in favour of the Pirates. Blue, red, yellow and white. As they come over the line. What an amazing race that was. It's a 5-1 heat score in the advantage of the Pirates, in the favour of the Pirates. As you can hear, the race winner in shot. Crowd appreciating that one. And you have to take your hat off to Josh Pickering there for the entertainment he provided. Here's the confirmation of the Heat 13 result. It's a win for Steve Worrall in blue for the Pirates. In second in red, his partner in crime, Richard Lawson, the Rocket Man, comes home. In red, in third was Josh Pickering. All action stuff from him, and it's just a shame he only got a point for all his efforts there in yellow. And in fourth was Paco CASTAGNA at the back. So the match score after Heat 13 is 53 to the Pirates, 25 to the Monarchs. And I have to say, what an entertaining heat that was. You see the Pirates boys absolutely nail it from the start here. Paco tries to come back on the inside. Pickering tries to grab some drive on the outside. He's still got lift coming off of turn 2, and he still didn't shut it off. And then Pickering looks and sees he might be able to get up the inside. He then goes wide. Lawson tries to team ride on the inside, but that's a slower route, and that left the minutest of gaps for Pickering to go through under the outside. He had to duck his shoulder to get under Lawson's handlebars. Lawson then comes back up the inside. Pickering then passes Lawson one-handed by taking a tear-off off, but that leaves him back on the mid-track inside. In gate 1 for the Monarchs in white is Bastian BORKE. In gate 2 is Anders Rowe in blue for the Pirates. In gate 3 is Max Clegg for the Monarchs, and in gate 4 is Zach Cook in red for the Pirates. When you speak to the former Danes that have been here at the Pirates, they will tell you that it's important for riders to come and ride in the UK, to learn their craft, to learn different tracks, to learn different types of shell. And Bastian BORKE, although he hasn't troubled the scorers too much this evening, I'm sure he's learnt an awful lot on his visit here to Wimborne Road. And away we go, the tapes are up. It's a good one off the inside. Anders Rowe, big bit of grip there for Zach Cook at the back, and he's had to shut off to stop hitting the pit turn gate on turn 2. Bastian BORKE now sat in second place with Max Clegg in third, and it's Zach Cook at the back now. Zach Cook's had a lap to gather himself, and he's now absolutely right on it and all over Max Clegg. Max Clegg takes an inside run, and it's a big run round the outside. All the action at the back. Zach Cook gets round the outside of Max Clegg in a smart move. Fair play to Bastian BORKE. He's trying the outside run for the first time this evening, and he's found a better setup and a smoother ride on this one. But it's a win for Anders Rowe in blue, followed by white, followed by red, followed by yellow. 4-2 heat score in the favour of the Pirates. Big ovation there for Anders Rowe. Bastian BORKE comes round with his second place and his first points of the evening. He rode well there. And here's the confirmation of the Heat 14 result. It's a win in blue for Anders Rowe for the Pirates. In second in white was Bastian BORKE for the Monarchs, and in third was Zach Cook. Good pass on Max Clegg to get that third place in red, and in fourth was Max Clegg at the back. So match score with one heat to go, it's 57 to the Pirates, 27 to the Monarchs. You can have a look here. Good start from Anders Rowe on the inside. You can see Zach goes wide and picks up there. It was like a wheelie mid-turn, and he did all he could to stop himself heading through the bouncy castle in turn 2. Bastian BORKE then went under Max Clegg and found himself in second, and he then went out there and started to find a bit of drive. It took a lap for, as you can see, Zach Cook to get back on terms with Clegg. And we thought he was going to do it there on turn 2, but he grabbed another handful of dirt there and had to shut off going round, but he found a lovely smooth run round 3 and 4 to go around the outside of Max Clegg. On the inside in red for the Pirates, we have Richard Lawson. In gate 2 in white for the Monarchs, we have Josh Pickering. In gate 3 in blue, we have Steve Worrall, Pirates captain for the Pirates. And in gate 4, we have Kye THOMSON. In yellow for the Monarchs. So our start marshal calls the riders in for the last time on this Sunday afternoon stroke evening meeting with a good crowd. It's an emphatic victory for the Pirates. The riders, points means money, and away we go in heat 15. And Josh Pickering's away at the front. Lawson seems to have packed up at the back. Worrall is in second place, being chased by Kye THOMSON. It's that man Pickering in white out front, showing his class once again here at Wimborne Road. He has found a setup and he is absolutely gone. Steve Worrall looking over his shoulder for the rider in yellow, Kye THOMSON. Kye THOMSON doesn't seem to be able at this moment to make any impression. Worrall goes a bit wider. Thompson stays out wide on turn 4, and he really did make an impression then. Leapt forward, bike length after bike length. But Pickering knows nothing about that. He is just well over a bend and a half in front as Pickering takes the win in white, followed by blue, followed by yellow. That was an engine failure in red. What an emphatic win for Pickering. It's a 4-2 heat score. The only heat advantage that the Monarchs have had today. The crowd applaud Josh Pickering as he comes round. Here's your heat winner in shot. So confirmation of the heat result, heat 15 and the match result. It's a win for Josh Pickering in white for the Monarchs. In second was Steve Worrall for the Pirates. In third was Kye THOMSON in yellow for the Monarchs, and in fourth, failed to finish, was Richard Lawson. So at the end of the match score is 59 to the Pirates, 31 to the Monarchs, and it's an emphatic win.
Okay, well, on centre green immediately after heat number 15, I've got Joe Thompson with me. Joe, a full Pirate now, and did you enjoy your evening here at the stadium?
Yeah, I think I definitely improved on last week, and that's all I can keep asking of myself. And yeah, I enjoyed tonight, and I'm already looking forward to Wednesday as well.
Yeah, it was 4+2 for you tonight, I think, on the score chart, which is a absolutely adequate return for a reserve, doing exactly what you needed to do. But of course difficult because it's only the second time on the track in recent weeks, and it's going to take a few to adapt, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. I slipped up a few times on a few things, and just learn from them and hopefully put them right for next week and pick up some more points.
Just to confirm, all the injuries are behind you now and you're 100% ready to go?
Yeah, I'm all good. I'm just trying to enjoy racing again.
Well, I'm sure you'll enjoy racing in the Pirates team, which is doing so well at the moment. Congratulations, welcome to Poole, Joe Thompson, everybody.
Basking in glory, the Pirates fans, as they leave with a match result with a 59 to the Pirates, 31 to the Monarchs. 10+2 there, standout score, and 12 for Steve Worrall on the Pirates side. And we knew Josh Pickering was going to be the danger man. He picks up 11+1 for the Monarchs. He's the top scorer. And Kye THOMSON 9+1 deserves a mention there also. So it's thanks to us from Pirates TV crew, our main camera Rob Haywood, roaming camera Paul Hague, presenter and commentator me, pitch reporter Rob Dyer, producer Andy Hague, and thanks to all of you for joining us once again here at Wimborne Road.
He went inside outside, he weighed him up, he looked for the gap and he burst through it. I think he's done it! What a finish! Unbelievable!